Hello, and welcome to the Essential Tech Skills for Online Coursework by UNLV Online Student Support. This presentation will go over the basics of the different technology systems that you are expected to use as a UNLV student. I'll go into how the different systems connect and what to use for what purpose, and hopefully we'll avoid some common tech mistakes that might cost time or points. First, I'll go into UNLV's digital ecosystem, which just means all the different programs that you need to use and how they fit together. You have probably heard of or used most, if not all, of the programs listed. The main different programs that you'll be expected to use include myUNLV, which is your administrative portal, WebCampus, where you take your online classes, the Rebel Success Hub, where you get support and academic advising, and you can also submit forms through the Rebel Success Hub. Rebelmail, which is your UNLV email address, and Google Drive, which is where you can store and create files. Let's start with myUNLV, which is, again, your administrative hub. Anything having to do with your student record will be in myUNLV. This is where you will register for classes, pay your tuition bill, check on your financial aid status, view your student record, which would include your class history and your grades, and you can also update your personal information in myUNLV. Let's take a quick look at myUNLV. You can log in at my.unlv.nevada.edu and then select Login with your ACE ID. Your ACE ID is your universal UNLV login and will allow you to access any UNLV system. If you ever have any issues logging in, I recommend reaching out directly to IT at 717-895-0777 or by emailing ithelp@unlv.edu. Once you log in, you'll be taken to your homepage where you will see various tiles that will take you to whatever you might need to do in this system. The main tiles that you will use include the enrollment tile, where you can register and drop classes if needed. You'll also want to pay attention to the financial aid tile to make sure that all your financial aid is set if you are applying for financial aid through the FAFSA form. And the account tile is where you would pay your bill. You can view your grades under the View Grades tile. You can update your personal information on the Personal Information tile. And if you have any outstanding tasks, you can find them by clicking the Tasks tile. Next, let's take a look at Rebelmail, your UNLV email address. Rebelmail is run through Gmail and is an important part of how you will communicate as a student at UNLV. It's important to use your Rebelmail so that you keep a paper trail of important communications. If it's not in writing, it can be hard to follow up on. For instance, if your professor grants you a deadline extension, it's helpful to have an email showing when that extension is, just in case you need to remind your professor or yourself. We'll look a little bit at how to keep your email manageable and what type of emails to look for. You'll want to make sure to pay attention to any class updates. UNLV Today is UNLV's newsletter and has a lot of important information. I would recommend reading it when you receive it. And you'll also want to make sure to note any emails that come from different support offices, such as advising or financial aid, as they'll often have important things that you need to do. Let's go ahead and take a look at Rebelmail really quick. If you already have a Gmail account, you can add your Rebelmail by selecting your profile picture in the upper right-hand corner and then selecting Add Account. There's a couple features I wanted to let you know about that might make your life a little easier. Click the Settings button next to your profile and check out the different options for how you can view and organize your inbox. You can choose to have the emails appear You can choose to have your emails appear in different ways, and you can also choose a theme that will change the appearance of your Gmail. You can select View All to see all the different images that Google allows you to use, and you can even upload your own. There are different ways that you can organize your inbox, such as by including important emails first, unread emails first, starred emails first, which you can always star important emails by selecting the star next to the name of the email, next to the sender of the email, and more. If you choose one of these different layouts, make sure that you check the other tabs in case any important emails get misfiled under everything else or the different categories that it might assign. In Gmail, you can use labels to categorize your different emails. So the labels can be helpful, such as, for instance, you can have a label about important reminders. If you check your email here and then select this button that looks like a tab, it'll say labels there, and then you can add new labels. Or add it to a label you've already created, and then select apply, and you'll see that that label appears here. So if you have a lot of different emails coming in from different classes or anything you're trying to keep track of, this can be a really helpful way to do that. And then you can find that email under important reminders. The last thing I wanted to mention is that you can set an undo send time period by selecting settings and then see all settings. And then the third option down says undo send, and you can set your time limit. From this menu, you can also adjust other settings if you'd prefer. I'd encourage you to click around and see the different settings you can have. And note that there is also a spot to put in a signature that you can use that will automatically appear on your different emails. When you're done making changes, make sure you come down and select Save Changes, and then you'll be good to go. Email is a really important way that you will communicate with your professors, and I wanted to share a couple tips on writing a good email. Doing these few things will help your email stand out and will help you appear professional as you reach out for support. Make sure you include a subject line. A descriptive subject line is helpful. If you're emailing about a specific class, it's helpful for your professor if you put in the class name and section number. For instance, your subject might be something like request for extension, assignment 3, English 101, section 1007. Make sure you say hello to your professor. So even saying hello, professor is enough, or hello, even if you're not sure what to call your professor. And let them know who you are, which class you're in. Ask a specific question, and you don't have to be too long-winded about it. I know sometimes if you're asking for support, it can feel a little nerve-wracking and you might feel the need to over-explain yourself. If you do, it's no big deal, but you don't need to over-explain yourself. Something as simple as, I have come down with the flu and I'm having a hard time completing my coursework is more than enough. And then add a polite closing, sincerely your name, or whatever feels most comfortable to you. Next, let's quickly look at WebCampus. WebCampus is where you take your online classes, and so everything related to your classes will be here. When you open a class, you will find a side menu, which has important links to different aspects of the class. Your instructor will generally post announcements once every week or so with instructions on what you should be doing. You can always access the syllabus from the menu as well. And modules is where your weekly coursework will appear. I would recommend checking the modules in all of your online classes at least once or twice a week. You can also view your grades and all the assignments that are upcoming or that you've already submitted. On the side menu in WebCampus, there is the global menu, which never goes away no matter where you are. From here, you can always access all of your courses, go back to your dashboard, and view the calendar, which will also show you all upcoming deadlines. This is a really helpful tool as it will show all of your classwork. You can also use the inbox to message your professor and change your settings under account. To change your settings, go to account and then profile. and then select notifications and make sure your notifications are set to on. We recommend this so that you don't miss any important updates. Finally, check out our student resources tile, which has a lot of different information and resources that will help you be successful as an online student. You will often need to submit coursework for your online classes. Make sure you check for any file type requirements. On the screen, I've listed out common file types. Most essays or written work will be required to be uploaded as either a document or a PDF. Documents are usually editable, whereas PDFs are snapshot images of your written work and usually can't be edited. If formatting is really important for your assignment, I recommend using a PDF because then the formatting won't get messed up. PowerPoints are often required to be under the PPTX file type. Images are often JPEGs or PNGs, which are pretty similar. PNGs are generally higher quality for digital images, so usually we recommend that, but either one will work. Mac programs such as Pages don't always work, so we recommend that you save them as one of the above file types, but your professor will let you know the acceptable file types. Really quickly, I'm going to go over Google Drive, which is your free cloud storage and is connected to your UNLV account. You can save documents to your computer, but we recommend that you save them to cloud storage so that you don't accidentally lose them. Your Google Drive cloud storage will never go away and saves automatically as you go. If you're using an on-campus computer, you can also save documents to your student drive, which is called the Y drive. I do not recommend saving documents directly to school computers, as if you don't save them to your Y drive on accident and then close the computer, they will be lost, which is why I recommend uploading to Google Drive. And real quick, I'll show you how to do that. To get to Google Drive, you can go to drive.google.com and then log in with your ACE ID. You can upload files to your Google Drive by selecting New and then File Upload, and then you'll be able to select your files and add whatever you need. You can also create new documents right from here that will automatically save in your Google Drive. Give your document a title. We'll be hosting more in-depth sessions on the Google Drive and Google programs, so look out for those in our playlist soon, or you're welcome to attend live. Last, let's look at the Rebel Success Hub, which is your support hub. This is where you will go for advising, tutoring, and where you can also reach out to different UNLV offices and upload any forms that you need to upload. You can get to the Rebel Success Hub by going to unlv.today/meet, the Rebel Success Hub homepage. You can contact different offices by selecting Contact Us from the top red menu and sending your message. You can contact financial aid, the registrar, cashiering, and academic advising. If you select academic advising, you'll be able to ask quick questions and have an advisor call or email you back or change your major or minor. You can also schedule appointments through the Rebel Success Hub. If you go to your homepage by selecting Home and then select Advising and Student Support, you'll see options to schedule appointments. You can schedule with the Writing Center, the Academic Success Center, and your academic advisor. You can also submit forms by selecting Submit Forms and Documents. I hope this guide was helpful. If you have further questions about the essential UNLV technology that you need to use or are having any issues, feel free to email online students at unlv.edu